is coming up, so let's talk about that. There's some Netflix coming up. Oh, Magic Mike's upset. Oh, and New York Comic Con 2024. All that, and well, a little more than what you think. Anyway, all that and more coming right now.
According to Wikipedia, a nerd is a person seen as overly intellectual, obsessive, introverted, or lacking social skills. Many so-called nerds are described as being shy, quirky, pedantic, and unattractive. We're here to prove Wikipedia right.
Oh, look who they let in.
This is Podcast for Sci-Fi, where all things sci-fi come to life. If it's fantasy, sci-fi, gaming, movies, interviews, we're talking about it. We're talking about it. This is Podcast for Sci-Fi, and here's your host, Moose, Game God, and Magic Mike.
Welcome to Podcast for Sci-Fi, where all things sci-fi come to life. Episode number 450. This would normally be a milestone for us. But
Normally,
you know what? It's just like normal nowadays. It's just like, no, this is what we do.
another day at the office.
450, 850, doesn't matter to us. Yeah, we're gonna get to some good stuff from the office. As a matter of fact, everybody, thanks for listening and thanks for joining us live on this podcast. If we saw you at New York Comic Con, we're gonna talk about you. Well,
If we didn't see you, we might still talk about
we
you.
might still talk. That might be true. Yeah, guys. Before we start, can I open up with a little show and tell?
Yeah, I got some too.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Hey,
good.
and if I sound a little funny, guys, hey, con crud is real.
Okay.
It is real.
Yeah, I know that you're not feeling up to the best.
I'm probably at best at 45%.
Okay.
You know, so
That's enough. That's enough for Shields. You know, so you should be good to go.
Yeah, man.
I'm good to go. Yeah. So So what do you got, Moose? Because
All
I
right,
think
speaking of
you and I
Shield,
might be showing the same thing.
Yeah, this is a pretty cool little piece here. No, I don't think we're gonna show the same stuff.
Okay. Good.
Maybe.
Let me go first then. Let me go first.
No. I got to get this. This is speaking of Shields. I want Shields up here. This was an exclusive at New York Comic Con 2024. Yeah, Star Trek USS Enterprise NCC 1701B Nexus Damage. Oh, made by Hallmark right there. Boom.
Oh,
Wow.
That is nice.
At that.
Nice.
Look at that.
Magic light. Christmas tree ornament. I love it.
Hold on. You say Christmas tree ornament. Does that mean it's going to come out of the box, actually?
Probably.
He's going to hang it from the box.
This is
He's going to have a hook on the box.
one
That's
of
it.
3,000, by the way. I don't know if you know.
Oh, I didn't
nice.
even notice that.
So,
So is that the one of
yeah,
2000?
I have one. Yeah,
No, it's just one of.
No, it's one.
He has one.
That's right.
Number one.
Yeah. So I picked that up.
That's awesome.
You
That's
You
awesome.
missed out. But I also picked up something else from that Hallmark because Hallmark has a booth there.
Man, they
do
always
a
have
lot
good
of
stuff there.
sci-fi stuff. It's very cool.
Yeah. What else did you pick up, Moose?
This one is it's a package. It's a small package. This is one of 3,500, by the way.
Oh, okay.
And this one is Sand People vintage figure ornament right here. Boom, from Star Wars.
Oh, nice.
That's it.
Sound just like him, GG.
That's my best impression.
Yeah.
It was a good one. That was your best impression ever.
Hey,
I
that was
think.
45% at least.
That was your best impression ever.
45% Shields. And then finally, speaking of Shields, I'm going to show you something else picked up from the con. This is something cool, and Gigi, you might be able to help out here. But this one, this is some card. This is a metal card. Of Star Trek here.
Let
Nice.
me take it from here, Moose.
Yeah. Keep going.
So absolutely right. So these are called digiplates, right? So you can, at the time, they were a starter pack that just came out at New York Comic Con. I got the Transformers version.
Yeah.
And I actually, unlike Moose, took mine out the box.
Like I was going to say, there's nothing in there.
So there's Megatron.
Oh,
right?
very nice.
With a holder, right? And
cool.
and here's the cool part, right? So if you were wondering, these are metal,
Yes.
right? So that's Optimus
Yeah.
Oh, man.
and this Bumblebee.
Right.
So, the back of these has QR codes. Which, by the way, Moose, I can't get mine to work.
Hey, can you pull that up again for me?
I was gonna do it too. There you go. QR codes where you know, goes to the app and you unlock different digital skins.
That's what they
for
said.
The cards.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep. So I did try, and I don't know if maybe it's not for Apple. I don't know for sure. I'll give you guys an update on that. But I couldn't get mine to work.
Huh.
They do have an AR mode where if you scan the front of the box, it shows you the cards that you got in AR, so you can kind of put them like on wherever you would put them in your.
Would they work
in your
for my
collection.
Vision Pro?
I don't know. So I'm just telling you, I was looking forward to the skin part because that's what with Marvel Snap and collect all the variants in.
Sure, yeah.
And I didn't get it. I couldn't get it to work, so I'm gonna try later and give you guys an update on that.
Okay.
Awesome.
I like it.
That looks nice, man. I like those things.
Yeah. Magic Mike, you missed out.
Man,
on
you
that.
missed out, man.
Wasn't it New York Comic Con?
I remember you guys saying that whatever you guys got, y'all would pick me up and send to me. So I'm looking forward to the package.
Wow, just if you had
you broke up there. Say that again, Magic.
you had a transcript of that would be great if you could send it over to me because I'd like to read it. And then I'll be happy to.
If you got a Sanskrit of that,
yeah,
you had a Sanskrit of that. Send that
Sanskrit.
A Sanskrit.
Or transcript.
I have that too.
Either one. I'll take either or, by the way, Magic Mike, just for you.
I just also want to point out for those who did this was the press pass, by the way.
Oh, that's what it looks like. Yeah.
And look at all the pins that I picked up while I was out there.
Ooh.
Yeah. That reminds. So New York Comic Con 2024 didn't disappoint. Actually, it was pretty good con. It's probably we had a really good time there. That's a pin there from Game God is showing his pen collection that he picked up. He's trying to get it off there. Yeah, so it comes with
nice
Vader pin.
Yep, where the mask comes off.
Yeah. So this is one of the vendors that we met last year at New York Comic Con, which we should have on the show at some point. And they do some custom pins. Not custom what you want, custom what they want, and then they sell these pins. And they're pretty cool. They have some really good ones.
Really good pins.
How many did you end up buying from them, or
I got
acquiring from them? Let me just say acquiring. I should say.
Yeah, I acquired 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
from this trip.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool.
So they were there last year as well, and last year they were pretty cool.
Yeah.
Man, they did step it up this year. You think about pins, you're like, well, what can you really do with pins, right?
Yeah, it's like lanyard pins. You put on the lanyard, or you use stick pins, like Disney pins, trading pins.
Right.
Yeah. So when you think about what can you do with pins, like, pins, man, when you thought he had some good stuff, he came back with some better stuff. And I think this time around, there was some competition out there at the con.
Well, yes, there was competition.
Let me rephrase competition. Meaning, like, there was other people selling pins. I don't know if you would call it competition, right? But yeah, we did see that. So it was interesting to see that out there. But yeah, these pins were pretty awesome. Some cool swag. And I see Moose. Was that a New York Comic Con shirt? That's what you wearing
New York
today?
Comic Con shirt. Yeah. I don't know if you can see it there, but yeah, it's one of the ones that we had. I think it's last year's.
That's last year's. Yeah.
Yes, and we did get this year's. It's I couldn't find it before I got it. Somewhere over there, somewhere in the stuff there. But yes, we did pick up, and I love that they theme it after theme after New York. So it's a lot of stuff around pizza and rats and
We need to get them to do a podcast for sci-fi pin.
Yeah, well, that's on the works.
Yeah, that's not unheard of. Yeah,
and that would be cool.
Yeah,
that would be cool. So good stuff there. The other piece there, I think the theme this year was bodega, which was like corner store.
Mm-hmm.
Which was pretty cool. They had like the plastic
bags. Yeah.
Yeah, that was also. Who would think the plastic bags that that we want to get rid of? They
had brown bags.
Yeah, they make collectibles. So a lot of cool collectible stuff. When you go over there, you look at that. Are we gonna just slide right into this piece?
Well, that's where we're going. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Sure, it's all New York Comic Con right now. Yeah.
So I want to tell you, man, New York Comic Con holds a I think it holds the new special place in my heart. And one, because obviously being there, so it's being from New York, it's always cool to see you going back to New York. But man, they just know how to do it. I think it's for a convention hall, which it's not. I think we've gotten really used to it. I felt like it was transitioning this time around was very easy. Very easy. It didn't feel
much
cumbersome
easier than before. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't feel cumbersome. It didn't feel like it was awkward. But the fact that they had to be. We didn't get the final numbers yet, but they had to be close to over 80,000, close to 100,000 people there. Yeah. What would you think?
Yeah, I'd say probably 110. Yeah.
It was, even from day one, it was pretty full, and day one usually is the lightest of all the 3 days. By the time you get to Saturday, it was definitely rubbing shoulders, and hopefully you didn't have a cosplay that was a size and a half more than a person and a half width.
There were some good cosplays out there. I saw some of the results from the cosplay contest, and I saw the fan choice. That, I guess that's the main piece there. Did you see any of the results there, Game God, from the cosplay?
Yeah, so I saw some. I don't recall the number. I don't even know which one is the biggest.
The fan choice.
Yeah.
Was one of the remember the cosplayer who extended her wings out?
I remember seeing that picture you guys had.
Yeah, she had fan choice. She had what the fans chose as the best. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, it's always when you can get your cosplay to do something interactive, it's always a win.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. Just for everybody listening, go to our website or go onto our social media. You'll see tons of our pictures that Moose and Game God took. Great job with that. And just so you guys know, 200,000.
Oh, 200,000.
200,000.
Wow. Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Okay.
Listen, I don't doubt it. It was busy. It was pretty busy. It was packed. And you know what? I don't think there was a day where you would say you didn't see some good cosplay. I think every day had a good amount.
Yeah, had some. Of course, what? Well, here's the thing with that. There obviously some other ones there that aren't so great. You get a lot of ones that's not good. Let's be honest. But the ones that are good seem to be exceptionally good. Now we saw some mediocre stuff that I think that a lot of people liked. Even from the pictures that we put up.
Yeah, I agree. You saw stuff where, we always talk about the difference between entry level and advanced and professional kind of deal. And in New York Comic Con, you see that how big that spectrum can be of cosplay talent. And it's as much as we love to see the perfection of cosplay, so to speak. I love to see people who are truly trying their best to make something out of it. We also saw cosplays where it's like the budget only got halfway through. Like they went, they got the face and the shoulders, and that was it. And it's like, yo, what happened? So you see, but you see a variety, right? And this is not to shame anyone, right? I don't want that to be misunderstood. You do, and we all have different levels. I can tell you that I couldn't even put a quarter of that stuff together.
Yeah, I'm not putting anything together.
I can buy it. I can wear it.
Right.
Yeah.
But
I probably couldn't even act it the best there. But but I definitely couldn't put it together. But tons of stuff. And by the way, I still have tons of stuff more.
Yeah. Yeah. We're looking for.
So if you haven't seen your picture yet, it's coming.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited to see the rest of them that actually do come out. That you put up. So it was really good. I just again for me just looking at it and seeing where some of these people sat on the thing. And let me just take a look at this quick. Look at that. So the champions, I just want to kind of go through the who won. First place, I don't remember first place. I don't remember us seeing that person. The second place person we did see, Game God. This was the one that in the back of one of the cosplay hall there that we were up top.
Oh yes, where all the big mechs and stuff like that.
Yeah. This one was the I don't know what you'd call it. Just kind of like a scaled, but like a.
Was it like the fish woman?
Yeah. That one.
Yeah, with like the mermaid skin, kind of like it. Yeah, it was like she was like a Creature of the Lagoon, but female version.
Kind of, sort of. Yeah.
Yeah. It was
second place.
Wow.
So,
but when we did see her, remember we said, "Wow, that's pretty," and
Yeah,
we
that's
do have
fantastic.
we have the picture of her. Yeah, we saw. We were like, "Wow, that's intricate."
Yeah.
That's yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
You know, one of the things that we talk about typically, and I know Moose, you're really big on, is new stuff. Are they keeping us going for new vendors, new products? Did you guys see some of that?
maybe that was 2024. She got second place for that one. I'm
this is
sorry,
2024.
Magic Mike. I mean 2023. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to find because I see her all over, and I think she may have won second place in 2023. Anyway, what did you ask? I'm sorry.
So, I was asking about new stuff, cool stuff. That, you know, we like to see some of that when we go to the cons because every year sometimes you get the same thing. Did you guys get to see some new stuff and some cool stuff versus last year?
Yeah, we did. I saw some. We both saw some really good stuff that we partook in. We made some. We have some NDAs out there that we can't talk necessarily about right now, but
Okay.
we do have some new products that are new to the fandom. There's some products that's been around that we did make a couple of conversations with the owner of the skateboard. What was his name? Bear Grylls. What was his name? Bear Walker.
Bear Walker.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
I want to go.
Yeah, give you a second, you'll get it.
But yeah. So that was good. There's some new product out there just for kids, for people who want to be artistic. It was it was an all around good show. Just newer stuff that we had not seen. Now I don't want to hold back. There's a lot of stuff that we've seen before, and it was there.
Mm-hmm.
And even as much as the mystery boxes, still there.
We couldn't figure that out.
I don't think those will ever go away.
Yeah, I can't figure it out.
I want you to say so, Moose. We asked probably close to 100 people about their mystery box. Every time they had one, right? Whether we were there when they opened it,
right,
or after the fact, right? And I think these boxes, if I'm not mistaken, they were $60 a box.
Yeah, that's about right. They had different sizes too, but it was 60.
Yeah, 60 seemed to be the going rate. So, and every person we asked, was it worth it? Some, before we even finished the question, would say, nope. Some would think about it and say, nope.
Yeah.
Some would say, some would try to justify it, be like, that's nope. And so, what we came out with was that it's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. Or it's not worth it.
Either one.
Or it's not worth it.
So, but it's crazy how, one vendor had said, everything was licensed mystery box, and they had probably like 50 different licensed boxes there. I'm like,
there's no way they got
show me the Carfax. It's like, I don't think that's exactly correct. But I just, when we talk to some of these people, you got to ask them. I was like, do you really think this is a business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you really think they're going to put $60 worth of stuff in there for $60? So, when you put it like that, you're like, oh, well, you know what? You may be right. I think I should have done that.
Why are you trying to ruin everybody's day, man? I just
listen.
Hey,
I would love to say. I would love to say that.
I want to go back to the cosplay contest real fast because now I have the winners here. But I don't want to say what I'm going to get these names wrong. So one was a Fire Song. I don't know where she's from. Some kind of series, Mercedes. Like I don't. Oh, that's the lady's name. But then the second one was playing Cinderella from Fairy Tales. When I'm looking at these cosplays, I've seen better. This is my opinion.
Can you share on the screen?
I probably could. Might take a second. And then the third place is Mando, the Mandalorian. One of the cosplays from him. So that was kind of interesting. I just have to look at all the wording here, Game God. Give me a second. Make sure.
No worries. Make sure there's nothing there.
Nothing there. That's
nothing
crazy.
there.
Well, in order to get a Mando to win one of those, it has to be excellent because there's so many people doing Mando.
No, it has to actually be the medal from.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the first place winner right here in the middle, which won $1,000. Second place was this Cinderella from Fairy Tales,
Uh-huh.
and then Mando there, third place, won $250. I mean, I guess that's good, but
Definitely spent more than on the costume.
but honestly, yeah, certainly. But honestly,
By the way, we did see that Mando too. By the way,
yeah, I think we did. I think I said, "Hey, that's a good Mando."
yeah, yeah, and which is why
I'm
which is
pretty
why he
sure
went third.
we got a. Did we get a photo of him? I think we did.
It's a possibility. I
But
still
yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, yeah, it's just one of those things where I go, you never know. But yeah, the person who had the fan favorite was the girl with the wings there. But there was some good ones there. And you know what? I mean, I don't want to dismiss Cinderella there, but you know, there might be a lot of works, a lot of intricate work on that dress that we can't see that the judges saw. But with that being said, just looking at it as a package, you know, I saw some really good cosplay there. I saw some really bad cosplay too. But I don't think that's. I think that's just that's just what happens nowadays.
Yeah,
it's the nature of the beast.
Yeah, I guess so. But anyway, there was some large, you know, larger than life type statues and inflatables and things like that there that were always fun to see. But I also say that like, you know, I started thinking of the you know, Star Wars glasses or the Hogwarts or Harry Potter glasses, things like that. Just stuff that we hadn't seen out before. You know, like these are, again, I don't want to talk about them. I'm not trying to give them a plug here just yet. But
yeah, we're gonna circle back.
Yeah.
well, it's always good because, you know, and I'm not going to go into too much detail to ask the question, but when we go to some of these, it's sometimes, at least as of late, we've gone to some other cons and it's the same stuff.
Yeah.
Not new stuff.
Yes.
And then we see some stuff that's new that's just okay, meaning the quality and things like that. So it's always good to hear that, yeah, there's some new stuff out there and they're bringing it. That's important.
Well, there was this one thing that looked like Funko Pops, but they weren't. What were they? They were like flicks. I don't know.
Ticks, something like that. It's they're like TIX.
I was close. I don't know, something like that. They're like Funko Pops, and they were really popular. They were huge. They were immensely popular in this particular con.
Yeah,
they were people walking out with bags, just, you know, by the dozen. And they were huge, though. They were huge, kind of a big display for them.
So yeah, it looks like it was and it may not be ticks. I don't know what it is. Ticks. I'm trying to put it, but you're absolutely spot on. There are like culture or iconic pop you know, figures, but you know, but they were like so like, for example, they had Shredder was one, like, so they were like you know, I think was there an Edward Scissorhands? I don't remember, but there was quite a bit, and the booth was huge, and people were in there left and right, leaving with bags and bags of them. And I think they started like $50. It was $50.
Yeah, that was the price. That was the starting price point.
Starting price, correct.
Yeah. By the way, the starting price point for the skateboard from Bear Walker, I think was, well, I don't know. He had some lower price points. He had like a $99.
$98 for the mystery board.
That's actually not untypical. That's a pretty decent price if it's going to have the stuff, sci-fi stuff on it, things like that.
Yeah, it was just
this one had his mystery was all around Yu-Gi-Oh. So it had like Exodia. It was really cool. So if you know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh, Exodia has 5 pieces. You know, the 2 arms, the 2 legs, and the body.
Right. Yep.
And if you put them together, you had the most powerful card. Well, he did that with the deck. So you had one deck that had arm, left leg, right leg, and then the body. So that was pretty cool. And then, you know, the all the different type of I can't think of amulets or trinkets from Yu-Gi-Oh. Man,
easy for you.
Somebody help me.
Wow.
Somebody help me.
Wow.
But yeah, so it was pretty cool. But the higher end decks were with trucks and wheels, and they were etched, and those things were really nice. And I think the exclusive there was the Michelangelo Ninja Turtle.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Was the exclusive for the.
Hey, I bet you if it had been Donatello, Moose would have been walking away with it.
Donatello wasn't me.
No, sorry, not
he's,
Donatello.
Leonardo.
Better get it.
Leonardo. My apologies.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't insult the man.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Donatello's me. So, but yeah, so some good stuff there. I don't think there was there was a lot of good vendors there. Oh, and listen, I gotta say it, the fudge at this place, delicious.
Wow.
Hey, don't forget the bag.
I wish I would have been able to try a little bit more of that fudge.
There's a story there, Magic Mike.
I can only imagine.
Magic Mike, let's go ahead and tell this story. So here it is. We buy.
We don't have to tell the story. We don't have to tell the story.
To be like, I don't know, probably $60 worth of fudge.
Ooh.
Okay, $60.
Well, there was turtles and
Was that your lunch for the day?
No,
there was a bunch of stuff.
That was gonna be a late night snack.
That was the I think that was the very first day.
Saving this all day, very first day in New York Comic Con. So here we are. So Game God says, okay, well, I'll hold the bag. No problem.
No. Make sure you tell the story right. I held the bag all day.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Holding the bag after we purchased it. He holds the bag. So he's like, okay, I'll hold the bag. So that's fine, because we got other stuff in our hands, whatever. Mm-hmm. So here we go. We walk around all day. He has this thing. I mean, it's glued to him. It's glued to him all day. And after the first day of walking around New York Comic Con all day long, after going to lunch and coming back, checking out other stuff, we decide, okay, well, it's time to head out. Let's go get something to eat. So we head out to a wonderful restaurant. We go and we get something to eat. And then, well, after that, it's time to head back to the hotel. This is what we do. So we start heading back to the hotel, and Game God realizes, where's the bag? Where's my bag?
Man, my heart dropped
at the restaurant. There's $60 worth of fudge somewhere at a restaurant.
Someone enjoyed it.
Oh man.
So
yeah,
we didn't get a chance to eat much of that whatsoever. So yeah.
Yeah, I was I mean, it's one thing if I would have lost it in the first hour, right?
No, he held it for 14
hours. Whole day, Magic Mike. And the whole day I was like, where's the bag? Don't forget the bag. Don't forget. It was like attached to me. But even when we went out and ate lunch, I put it down, I picked it up. It was with me the whole time. So it was until we were almost to the hotel. I'm like, why my hands feel like I'm missing something.
I feel like I'm missing something.
The first thing I'm thinking is, we carry like little knapsacks or backpacks of our stuff. So the first thing I'm I got my bag, right? Because we have stuff in there, gear, and for a good 5 seconds, I'm like, what am I missing?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like a light switch, the fudge.
Oh man!
And Moose was like, no.
I can imagine.
It's the most upsetting thing all day. Now
the great fudge caper.
Yes. Definitely the downing part of the day, So, but I tell you, if you think of the positive side, we definitely made somebody's night at the restaurant.
I'm guessing you're saying that because Moose probably mentioned it the entire time after you got back to the hotel.
No, you know what? I'm going to give him credit here. Go ahead, get the bell ready.
Okay.
Get the bell ready.
He typically in typical Moose fare, you would hear it at least 12 times a day, right? That's about the most accurate number I can give him.
Yeah.
He would only give me the one comment a day. He did it'll be like real. Yep, it'll be like, man, don't forget the bag. That was the whole thing. The whole weekend, it was just it would be once. It would be once. Don't forget the bag. And I knew exactly, like the first time he said it, I knew exactly what he was talking about. So, but I can tell you that the rest of the weekend, I did not forget any bags.
Y'all didn't go back and get some more fudge?
We were going to, but we just never circled back around.
Yeah.
Never circle back around. There's some really cool stuff though. Too. There's some really, really super cool turtles. They were like huge statue displays of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I don't know, what were they a piece? They were like $1,200 a piece, I think, something like that.
Something like that. $900, $999.
That
sound about right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was $9.99 because you said if it was $1,000, I wouldn't buy it. $9.99 is a good price, or something like that. You make some kind of joke like that.
But it was. They were super cool. They were super detailed.
What would you think? 2 feet? 2 feet tall?
At least 2 feet tall. Yeah.
Yeah. Super detailed.
Super detailed.
I don't know how many you got being shipped to your house, Moose?
None.
Well, I think only one was available. The other 3 were prototypes.
Prototypes.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one was available?
I think it was Leonardo, right?
I don't know. I don't remember. Remember.
Listen, if you don't start with Leonardo, it doesn't make sense to do the rest of them.
I agree.
Well, anyway, they were very cool. Unfortunately, I did not get it because they also had a Darth Maul one that was super cool.
Yeah, you have all those pictures.
They had an Optimus Prime.
No. Let's not even give them any credit with that one because that one was defective, right? I want to tell you why it was defective, man.
Okay.
Right. So as it's an Optimus that has like the trailer with the wings, right? So it becomes like a jetpack, and it was cool until I saw Megatron's arm with the gun on the floor.
Yep.
Like, well, that's kind of strange, right? I said, "Don't imagine, Mike. It's not funny. There's no need to laugh here, right?" I'm like, that's kind of strange. But in my mind, I'm like, oh, maybe they're just showing us the arm because they're going to make a Megatron one as well, right? So we talk to the exhibitor, and we talk about it, and he's like, oh, yeah, he gives us all the details, and then I asked him, I said, oh, man, there's a Megatron arm there. What does that mean? He goes, no, we have that there because to show you that Optimus won. At that point in time, at that point in time, that booth was dead to me.
Oh,
right? Because
man,
there was no need for none of that. There was no need for that because they put a lot of detail into his arm. His arm did look good. It had the cannon.
It looked really good, yeah.
So
you missed
that
out.
place.
Sounds about right.
Forget that place.
Optimus wins. What do you want us to say?
Whatever. He watered down Kool-Aid. That's what he is. At one point he was good until they put too much water. Now he's no good.
Well, they used to be best friends, so there you go.
All right. Yeah.
I don't even have a comeback for that. We're gonna leave that one alone. Transition to the next subject.
All right. Well, let's do it. Let's move on. So anyway, New York Comic Con, very a good success for with Podcast Sci-Fi. Good meetings of people there. Met a lot of new folks. We like I said, we have some things in the works, and hopefully we can get them on the podcast for those that are coming. And if not, then appreciate those people tuning in and checking us out. The other thing though, what do we have else on tonight's docket? We have some Marvel news. So Marvel delays. Magic Mike, you shook your head when I introduced this in the beginning of the episode. Go ahead and tell us about this delay, because I know that you picked up on that.
Listen, I don't even know if you would call this a delay, and maybe it is the same thing, maybe it's not.
Okay.
But what we know from our sources as of right now is that we all saw Deadpool, right? Wolverine and Deadpool.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So one of the jokes going on is Blade's there, and he's like, that I'm the only Blade, the only one that I ever will be, and then Wolverine or Deadpool gives that look like, are you sure about that? Turns out he's right. As of right now, Blade is no longer on the docket for 2025 and may be gone indefinitely.
Isn't that crazy?
This is really unfortunate.
What is going on there? Because I thought they nailed the actor for Blade, right?
I thought so too.
Yes,
M.
agreed.
Night Shyamalan, whatever.
Yeah, that's the director.
That's
yeah.
not the same person at all.
Yeah, but something like that, pretty close. But no, all jokes aside, I thought they nailed the actor for Blade. I thought that they had the script ready down. I actually thought that the movie was done.
They've changed it, and what's happening is they keep changing it to fit it into the MCU. I don't want to say narrative or storyline or its body of work or the new MCU that's coming. So they keep changing it, trying to put it in there. And from feedback from the feedback that I've seen, the people that now know about this just continue to say, we don't need something to fit inside of the storyline. Just give us a good movie. Don't mess up the movie to fit it into a storyline. And I think one of the references was maybe they're trying to fit in where Blade's daughter is in the movie and stuff like this. If anything, I think they should put Wesley Snipes in the movie, have him pass the torch to somebody else, which is fine.
I love that.
Yeah, I think that would be great. But the point is that they're still trying to fit it in, and so now they don't know where it fits in, and so now they've indefinitely suspended the release of the movie.
Yeah,
That's
it's
one of
not
those
going to
things-
come back. I think we know what that means.
Yeah, I think it's done. I think the further you wait, the
Yeah.
more you complicate it. The more, you know, I always say this: the first Blade, to me, out of the three Blades that have come out, I think it's 3 Blades. This is the best one. Right?
Agreed.
Has the most iconic scenes.
Yeah.
It is, you know, as long ago as it came out, I still watch it today. Doesn't seem too far off, right? Has some still decent special effects. If they took that Blade and just redid it, I'd be okay with it.
I'm not. Yeah, I agree with what you're saying, which I partly agree with what you're saying, because the rest of it is, well, you know what? Don't give us a redone version. You know, just introduce a new character, but keep it the same as the first Blade. Keep the same continuity, and that's what they're trying to do in Marvel with MCU. But what they need to do is just keep the continuity, but of what the character is or has been.
Give you another origin story.
And if Wolverine and Deadpool told us anything, it told us that we like the characters of old, and that's what we want to see.
Absolutely.
Flame on.
Yeah, there is some good news from Marvel, by the way. We did get a release date for Daredevil Born Again, and that release date's on March 4th, 2025.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right around the corner.
Just 6 months away, right? Yeah, we're something to be excited about. So it's almost like they said, okay, don't look over here that we're going to take away Blade, because look over here, we're bringing you Daredevil, and here's the date for it.
By the way, they were all at NYCC.
They were. Listen, I don't want to be Debbie Downer here, but March still ways away, and until I'm in like the end of February, and it's 2 weeks out. I'll believe it when it happens.
Believe it when it happens.
Yeah, because they've this was supposed to be released. I believe it was like end of last year, beginning of this year, something like that. And they had to do reshoots or retakes or whatever they call them these days. So, you know, I'm looking forward to it. I want to have. I've always been a fan of Daredevil, but when it comes out, it's when I'm happy. When it comes out, I'm happy. I was gonna sneeze. Sorry.
Yeah, see how happy he is? He's excited.
So happy.
So. But yeah, we did see them out there, so it was pretty exciting.
Hey, with that, I'm gonna throw a little bit of a Marvel trivia out here for you. All right, I say Marvel, so I'm gonna bring this up that there is a particular actor that has played in, I'll say, 3 different genres that we talk about, and I'm gonna say what they are.
This is a Moose question.
Okay.
Oh, you gotta jump in, Game God. Okay, so this actor has been in Lord of the Rings. And the hint I'll give you there is that one of our favorite actors in Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings, Indiana Jones, and in Marvel.
Got it. I don't even know what he did in Marvel. You could say Lord of the Rings and Indiana
Is that too big of a hint?
I got it already. Yeah.
Game God looks lost.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This I don't even don't call me for this. If you
really,
I wouldn't know.
I don't know what he would have done in Marvel, but I can tell you that I know Indiana Jones and Lord of the Rings. I got that connection.
Who is it? Who is it, Moose?
John Rhys. What's his name?
No, I'm letting you pronounce it. Go ahead.
Wow.
Is it John Rhys Davies?
Yeah,
is that how you pronounce it?
John Rhys Davies. John Rhys.
Yeah.
That's
so this guy, who was he in Lord of the Rings?
He was.
Good job. Give yourself a ding there, Moose.
Yes, thank you. He was Gimli in Lord of the Rings.
That's right.
Yep.
And
then Indiana Jones.
Moose has the axe.
Tell us who he was in Indiana Jones.
I don't know the name.
No. Listen, don't.
He was in these. One of his best buddies.
Right.
You know.
Yes.
Now here's where the tricky part comes in for Marvel. He played one of our favorite, and the hint. The reason I'm bringing it up is the hint would be Daredevil. He played one of our favorite enemies, or our favorite bad guys for Daredevil.
Diamondback.
Really? Yes, thank you. And to give you a better hint, it was done way back when.
I would
quite a bit ago.
The only enemy I really like Daredevil is Kingpin.
Ah,
Did he do Kingpin?
He did Kingpin.
Really? Oh,
he did.
Myself a
Give yourself a ding. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give you a little bit of taste right here. Here he is. For those who are able to see, there he is as Kingpin right there.
Wow.
This was during the trial of the Incredible Hulk.
Oh,
hey,
wow.
I want you to know that's top quality right there.
Yes. Not even on Blu-ray. It's still DVD.
Man,
Hey, they can't get better than that.
it was so good they couldn't invest it. They want to keep that into the archives.
Was it 1989, I believe?
89.
Wow. Game God was a mere 3-year-old in '89.
That's right. Right. You're absolutely right.
Oh man.
Good
job, Moose. Good job.
Thank you. I did not.
That's what I said. Moose is the guy you want to call when you got those type of questions. You don't call Game God for that.
I did not realize he was Kingpin in that.
No idea. And I probably have seen that episode.
I'm sure you have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, so when you say no idea, I'm gonna go into something here. No idea. So Netflix, they just put out a show that just came out probably last week. You guys know back in the days I used to play a lot of World of Warcraft. I was a big World of Warcraft guy. Probably went through like the first dozen expansions of it. And know that there is when you find people on World of Warcraft that you play with every night and all the time, you get little guilds and stuff like that. They become like little communities, right?
Yeah.
So there's a show I guess you call it a show, a documentary. This was better.
Okay.
That come out about a guy who had a whole other life online, and it was in World of Warcraft. Okay. So to get too deep into it, in real life he was wheelchair bound, right? So he had a rough life in real life, but he had a whole celebrity life on World of Warcraft. And
really?
And in the documentary, he passed back in 2014, but his parents found out after the fact that he had a whole life. He had hundreds of friends on World of Warcraft that when he passed, like they were reaching out to his parents and saying, and his parents knew nothing about it. Great show, right? To show that, even one of the dad even said, I always complain to him, get away from the screen, you're wasting all your time in there, right? Not to realize that was his life, right? So because he couldn't do anything physically. But in the game, he can do everything physically, and he had friends and stuff like that. Great show. So I bring it up because it's great example of what video games do for people who can't do stuff. We talk about sci-fi and how we connect sci-fi to what we love and what we like to do, and it takes you away from the reality. You escape from the reality of whatever that may be. Great show. So if you guys get a chance, it's called The Remarkable Life of Iblin. So if you get to see it, just came out, Remarkable Life. But the other thing with Netflix I wanted to point out, you guys remember a show we used to watch? Let's say we used to, because we don't talk about it anymore. Remember the show Shadow and Bone?
Yes.
Right? Remember when it came out? And this was a show, by the way, I really liked. And
Shadow and Bone, yes.
Yeah, so they made a second season, right? Second season was 2023, and so everybody's waiting for the Thursday. Well, guess what?
What?
They canceled it.
No.
Yes, they have canceled the show. There was supposed to be a spinoff to the show as well. And the spinoff of the show was, the little group.
So why'd they cancel it? Not enough people watching it.
It doesn't say because it was out of the there's a top 30 list. It was 26. So it was one of the most viewed shows in 2023.
Interesting.
But it just they just didn't do it. It's one of those mysteries where why was it canceled? And we have things where we watch shows and like, oh man, that was a great show. Why they only canceled after the first? But here's one of those. And they wanted to cancel it in season 2 because season 3, it's like there's a gap between season 2 and season 3 of what they plan to do, and they didn't want to cancel it and then have all these open-ended stuff or whatever.
So the way season 2 ended, which I didn't see the end of season 2. Did they wrap it up?
You can say it's okay to say it ended there. It wasn't like you didn't have a ton of questions, but you wanted to know what it didn't resolve. Let's put it that way. It didn't resolve. So, but it leaves it open for it to come back.
Now it's not worth watching.
Now it's not worth watching. Yeah. So it's just a shame because The Rotten Tomato score on that, by the way, was an 80 from the fans.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that it wasn't liked. So I just I don't get it. So you keep shows on. Well, I guess they do it right too. They got rid of She-Hulk, so I guess that's the right thing too. So
did they?
But yeah, I figured I'd tell you guys that because that's crazy. That's crazy how that happens.
Yeah,
that is nuts. Yep. Well, that's really all the time we have anyway. It doesn't even matter if that's crazy or not, believe it or not. Do you believe that, Game God?
No, I don't believe it.
I didn't think you did. All right. Well, listen, next week, I don't know what we're going to talk about. Who knows? I'm gonna run my fingers through my hair like this. If you'll see me on camera there. Are you gonna come with something, Game God? You gonna come with something?
I'll come with something. Maybe I come with Chick-fil-A news.
Chick-fil-A news. Listen, everybody. Thanks for joining us in this podcast. Thanks for listening to us yapping. And let's do it again next week, and you can yap with us. How about that?
I was just leaving.
Nerd alert, nerd alert, nerd alert, nerd alert.
You've been listening to Podcast for Sci-Fi with Moose, Game God, and Magic Mike. Nerds have more fun. If it's anything sci-fi, we're talking about it. We had fun, and we hope you did too. We have to split, but we'll be back soon. In the meantime, hit us up at podcast4sci-fi.com. This is Podcast for Sci-Fi, where all things sci-fi come to life. Come to life.